Day 6. At a 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time zone meeting for the prison abolition work I do back in Michigan. So that's 12:30 a.m. for me here in Nairobi. Such a great team of earnest, passionate, and highly intelligent people. Mr. B. 2:30 a.m. Had a convo with the owner of this apartment. He is likely at least 10 to 15 years my junior. Splits his time between here and the States. Also owns coastal property here and spends a few weeks to a few months here about 5 times a year. Needless to say, he has inspired me. FaceTime with Mama and talk time with Daddy. Yes, it was already 3:30 a.m. here, but 40 minutes of FaceTime reflections with Mama, followed by 30 minutes of inspirational talk time with Daddy, is priceless and to be savored. Lounge chair. I would be willing to pay for a nice chair and a small table to set my iPad, bottle, and plate. I would just lay out here on this rooftop. Lunch. Stir-fried prawns with peppers and onions, cucumber mango salad, fried plantains and a bottle of water, sun and breeze and sky, rooftop cityscapes, distant horizons, earthly expanse, clotheslines, laundry, and the scrub sounds of the washerwomen and the washermen. Leaning into the shift. After only a few days of my experience here, I have decided I cannot return to life as is back in Flint. I absolutely must see more of this world, and much more regularly. This entire world has become a type of sanctuary to me. I need to know about it and discover the other cathedrals within it. I need to travel for several months of the year. Thailand, Iceland, Togo, Cameroon, India, Colombia, Panama, Argentina, Cuba, China, and the Philippines, Norway, and many of the lesser-known coastal islands of every continent. As you can see, my bucket list is still quite long. On this day, 3 years ago. Thanks for the reminder, Facebook. My random Wanderlust. 5 hours later. And so, sometimes when I travel, I like to take these unplanned local living sightseeing excursions through the city. I start out by walking, somewhat aimlessly, for a few miles. Then, just hop on public transportation and go pretty much anywhere further. Then I hop off and take in the local flavor at some off-brand dive hailed by locals in the know. Then I people watch some more, walk some more, get back on public transportation, get off, walk some more, and then return to my starting point. The whole day only cost me $20. 7-day pass, $13 dinner. Yeah, I know. Kinda weird. And kinda random, yeah. I think I'm gonna do the same thing in San Juan. Well, I did the same thing in San Juan, and at some point, after I make a dent in this work, I'm going to do the same thing here in Nairobi. Or perhaps something similar. Stay tuned. On this day, 7 years ago, May 24th, 2014, air travel from Chicago O'Hara International Airport. Thanks again for the reminder, Facebook. Some folks will not like this post. You've been duly warned. Some things just bring out the darker side of amusement. I actually wrote these thoughts in a stream of consciousness on that 10-hour transatlantic flight. People with unruly children should not travel on aircraft with the rest of us. I'm just saying. Shaking my head. Keep that thing quiet. For real, for real. I mean, what's the matter with it? Where is the tranquilizer gun? Are you just gonna sit there and do nothing? I hope you don't mind me videotaping this episodic display. Why, I believe it has a demon. Yes, I'm sure of it. Take it to the bathroom and give it the old 1-2. Ever thought about melatonin in its milk? Here, have some of mine. What do you mean you paid nothing for its ticket? Where is the cargo section? Y'all should be way off in the back with all that noise. Oh my goodness, today I hooted and howled for a great while upon reading this after all these years. This post was not about empathizing or being politically or even morally correct. It was about being honest with the truth of that moment, no one else's. It was not about me being more humane. It was about me being human. And I'm just glad I was able to live that truth with a spirit of humor, dark though it was, rather than a spirit of meanness. Seeing the post reminded me of the second leg of my transatlantic flight here to Kenya. On the 8-hour flight from Amsterdam to Nairobi, there was a child in the back, and he was having such a time of it. Come to think of it, even on the first flight from Detroit to Amsterdam, it was a small child going in with all the horror and outrage of being tortured. It really made me believe the child is suffering. I wanted to yoke and collar the parents. I'm like, don't you know the child also feels the pressure of this cabin? He feels like his head is about to explode, and you or anyone else is doing nothing to help him. It was so sad. Inquiring minds want to know. Answering questions from friends reading my post. Have you considered teaching at the seminary level? Since you're going to think and write, you might as well be paid for it. No, I had never considered teaching at seminary, but would relish such an opportunity. I just finished my first year of the doctoral program at Pacific School of Religion. I would love to find a pathway back to teaching, sharing, and learning at the university level.
Massa. A Massa is someone who has been trained to apply a variety of techniques to ease physical tensions and aches in the body. Those who are experiencing pain or stress can find relief and relaxation from a massage therapist. Being a Massa is a noble profession that requires a deep understanding of the human body, a gentle touch, and a kind heart. The act of giving a massage involves more than just rubbing and squeezing muscles, but it is about connecting with another person and showing them care and comfort. A great masseuse must be compassionate and attentive to the client's demands. Because every person's physique is different, a masseuse must be able to modify their techniques to give the optimum experience.
The appointment. 2 nights ago, the appointment was made, and I sent the requested down payment. At 1800 hours today, he sent a message saying, I have arrived by Uber and am downstairs. To which I responded, great, please take the elevator, the lift, to the 10th floor, and then take the stairs 1 floor up. I then sent the balance owed for tonight's service. I believe the truly blessed, enlightened, and unbothered always pay professionals in advance for their work. This value-added demonstration of confidence, integrity, and respect helps to make the exchange more than merely transactional. It reflects the heights of professionalism and a deeper dimension of interpersonal trust and respect. Well, as to the actual event, it was epical. It was everything professional yet personal, intense yet relaxing, therapeutic yet sensual, frightening yet rapturous, stimulating yet sedative, primitive yet refined, darkly foreign yet strangely familiar. He used his fist, knuckles, nails, tips, and thighs, his knees, elbows, femur, heels, and toes, from the flat of his arm to the balls of his feet, on down to the full weight of his lithe body. His method was multifaceted and international, incorporating Swedish, Thai, Russian, and other off-the-book skills that were all too foreign to me for nearly 2 straight hours, and seemingly without any sense of tiresomeness, pause, or distraction. Precisely exploring the length of each muscle, the depth of each crevice, and the fill of each fold. From the crown of my head to the soles of my feet, he did more than touch my body. He tuned it. I have always been touch-deprived. I only recently discovered the term for it. Until tonight, I didn't know how untouched and undertouched I was. I have never been made to feel so comfortable, content, and I dare say consecrated in my own as I am body. It was a wonderful, well-deserved, and long overdue gift to give to myself. I shall be sure to give it again and again. Dinner: wet fried tuna with tomato sauce, fried plantains and potatoes, and the last of the cucumber mango salad, along with 3 more episodes of Castlevania. Day 7. The Woman in the Red Dress. 11:14 a.m. Well, the day has started. Chef Ordon has arrived with shopping bags in hand. Apparently, he made an early trip to the local market and then Ubered right over. He is now a flurry in the kitchen, preparing meals for the next 3 days. Samosas, samaki, ugali, and I'm not sure what other whatnots. He will come again on Saturday. I abandoned the apartment to take refuge from the aroma. I've only eaten a banana for breakfast. The scents are still wafting out here on the rooftop. I hope he has a mind for today's pre-game appetizers. 12:14 p.m. Tabitha has now arrived and will be doing some laundry and sanitation of the apartment. She has been sent by Mr. B, the owner. I am so delighted. It makes me just shake my head that no one else is here with me to experience this slice of life. It is to be savored. As I sit here, I throw my head back with my face to the sun. I drink in its ancient essence of healing warmth and transgalactic energies. I am reminded of the words to a song I sing. Oh man, there is no planet, sun nor star could hold you if you but knew what you are. It is amazing how the sun, and indeed all of nature, feeds and fuels the soul and mind and body of all living things. 1:41 p.m. Lord, the chef is cooking in the kitchen. The cleaning lady is cleaning the bedroom. I am sitting here on this couch, writing a grant. 3 p.m. Lunch. Cucumber salad with fresh mango, sweet corn and peppers, beef samosas, fish balls, breaded chicken tenders, flank beef with onion and mushroom gravy. Tabitha arrived bright-eyed, masked, and wearing a fire engine red dress, snugly contouring her petite and gentle frame. She cleans regularly here at this Airbnb apartment in Nairobi's South B neighborhood. She was very clear to purpose as she set in with the dispatch of her duties. I went outside on the rooftop to catch some sun and continue my writing. The washerwomen and washermen seemed extra busy today. All of the clotheslines were full with a variety of effects, still floating in the warm currents of the Kenyan winds. A couple of neatly dressed guys, with full basics in hand and anchored with the stridence of residential authority, circled the skyline hanging yard in vain. Preempted by the washerwomen and the washermen, there was no place to hang their clothes. 2 hours later, as I still laid there on the rooftop porch, tracking the clouds in blissful contemplations, a woman approached me and started speaking to me. She wore dark clothes, neatly fitted athletic wear, and was saying something to me in that other language, and pointing to the clothesline. Lord knows I tried to make it out, but like a deer in headlights, I was struck dumb by my insecurity with the language, and not wanting to appear to be the ignorant Black American, infringing on Kenyan space. Though she spoke to me in broken English, and seemingly with a rather pointed and matter-of-fact tone of familiarity, all I could make out was, "You, clothes, line full. Come you get." She seemed a bit tired from her work, and perhaps a little exasperated from the heat of the sun. My blank stare continued as I thought to myself, "Is she talking to me?" To which she resounded again, "You, clothes, line full. Come you get." My eyes darted panoramically as I looked around and found us all alone. Sure enough, the fresh laundered clothes lay draped all over the rooftop clothesline. Lord, she is talking to me. Why is she fussing at me about these lines being full? These ain't all my clothes, I thought to myself, more deer in the headlights, shaking my head. I finally insisted, "I'm sorry, I don't understand you. I didn't put any clothes on the line," I planted. To which she shook her head in frustration and said, Come, I show you." And so I followed behind this woman with her pulled back hair and dark clothes snuggling her slender yet ample frame. "This your clothes. Here and there. You get them off. I put here," she insisted. What is your name?" I queried, unraveling the puzzle. To which she became big-eyed. "You no remember me?" As I looked her up and down, she said incredulously, "You really no remember? I'm Tabitha." With much exuberance, I instantly guffawed. "Oh my goodness, you've changed. You've changed clothes. You were wearing red, a red dress earlier." She laughed even more heartily than I, and then commenced to showing where each article had been placed throughout the various clotheslines, so that I may later retrieve them. We were both still chuckling as I went back to my seat on the rooftop porch. As I sat there, I thought about the dignity and value of honest work. Tabitha got up this morning, pulled back her hair, put on a firecracker red dress, and pressed through hours of traffic to get here and clean this apartment and hand wash 2 loads of clothes. And before she started her job, she very quickly, very stealthily, and perhaps pretty matter-of-factly, slipped out of her red dress and emerged in her work clothes. And all this for the equivalent of $10 for the day. Not the hour, but the day. Coming soon. Well, I spent the fullness of my afternoon and evening booking travel arrangements for a few of my friends to join me here in June. Stay tuned. Also, I wrote a small grant and got an almost immediate and purely positive response. Let's keep vibrating. Day 8. CP time. I went to sleep around 3:30 a.m. and then woke up at 6:30 a.m. So many notes to write, so many ideas to capture. There's little sleep for the creatives. Stay tuned, visions unfolding. So, I'm to meet up with Sharon and her newborn today. Sharon was our guide in 2019. Solid, dutiful, perceptive, intuitive, and knew how to handle the business. And me too, I suppose. Knowing how to work with people is a business. We became fast friends and have since become very familial. She will take me to various shops. Gotta get a local phone and SIM card. Look for a mattress for my mother, shoes for my daddy, shoes for my godmother, a lounge chair and table for my rooftop therapy. Pick up some juices and cashews, grab lunch, blah 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 blah. Well, everyone who knows me knows enough to know I am a stickler. No, I will soften. A strong advocate for timeliness. Time is one thing we have once spent never returns, and we know not how little or much we have. 9:56 a.m. Take the lift to the 10th floor, then up the stairs to 11A. 9:57. On our way. 10:05. Upstairs? Or are you just now leaving your house? 10:15 a.m. We are on the road. 10:15 a.m. Shaking my head. Child, you late. Wake me up when you get here. 10:20 a.m. Okay. 10:21 a.m. What is your estimated time of arrival, dear? 10:57 a.m. The traffic is horrible. I cannot even estimate. There is a road under construction that is 10:57 a.m. Sounds like I better go ahead and eat. I was waiting. 10:58 a.m. Just eat. 10:59 a.m. Well, how's the baby? 10:59 a.m. Photo sent. So excited, looking at everything. 10:59 a.m. Oh my goodness, he's so precious. 11 o'clock a.m. Thanks. 11 o'clock a.m. Hearts and smiley faces. He is so precious. 11:05 a.m. We are coming. You will get to see him better. 11:20 a.m. Lunch. Well, they must be on some CP time. That's colored people's time if you didn't know.
Colored people's time. CP time, or colored people's time, is a cultural phenomenon that has been part of the African American community for generations. It refers to the tendency to arrive later than the agreed upon time, which is seen as a way of asserting one's independence and rejecting the rigid schedules of mainstream society. While some may view CP time as a negative stereotype, it is actually a celebration of the rich and diverse cultural traditions of the African American community. CP time represents a relaxed and laid-back approach to time, one that values relationships, community, and spontaneity over strict adherence to schedules. So the next time you're invited to a gathering where CP time is in effect, embrace the opportunity to slow down, connect with your fellow community members, and enjoy the moment.
While CP time continues, I decided I'd better go ahead and have something to eat. Cucumber mango salad. If I lose any amount of weight over here, it may certainly be attributed in great part to this cucumber mango salad. The bomb! Also had fish balls, stir-fried vegetables, and butternut cream soup, along with rooftop sunshine and skyline clotheslines. 12:15 p.m. Sharon arrived with baby bundled and sister flanked, just as I was finishing my last bites of lunch. We had a glorious visit and talked about queen cakes, child rearing in Africa, and all things skincare products, including Jergens, coconut oil, Neutrogena, and Palmer's.
Queen cakes. A queen cake is a scrumptious dessert that has become a favorite among Kenyans in recent years. These cakes are made with high-quality ingredients, including fresh fruits, creamy butter, and fluffy eggs, which gives them a rich and decadent flavor. What makes queen cakes unique is their attention to detail and intricate designs, with each cake being carefully crafted to look as good as it tastes. From traditional flavors like chocolate and vanilla to more exotic options like passion fruit and mango, there's a queen cake for every palate. Child rearing in Africa. Child rearing in Kenya is a cultural practice that places a strong emphasis on the mother-child bond in the early weeks after birth. Traditionally, mothers and babies are kept exclusively together for the first few weeks after birth, a practice known as kwangika. During this time, the mother provides constant care and attention to her newborn, including breastfeeding and ensuring their basic needs are met. This period of exclusive bonding is believed to be essential for the baby's physical and emotional development and is also seen as an opportunity for the mother to rest and recover from childbirth. This practice highlights the importance of nurturing the bond between mother and child and is a reflection of the value placed on family and community in Kenyan culture. While modernization and globalization have brought changes to child-rearing practices in Kenya, the practice of kwangika remains an important cultural tradition that underscores the significance of the mother-child bond in early childhood development. Skincare products in Africa. The scarcity of lotions and other personal care products in Kenya is a complex issue with many underlying factors. One of the main reasons for this shortage is the high cost of importing these items, which makes them unaffordable for many Kenyans. Additionally, there is a lack of investment in local manufacturing and production of such products, which makes it difficult to meet the growing demand. This is ironic because much of the raw material for these products actually come from Africa but is shipped, processed, and sold overseas. By the time the finished product makes its way back to Africa, the price point is well out of the reach of the class of people who would have harvested the original raw material. Access to these items is essential for maintaining good hygiene and overall health. Yes, there are locally made products, but they are of inferior quality because the premium raw material is always sold and shipped abroad. We must work to create a more sustainable and equitable system for access to personal care products for Africans.
1:20 p.m. We ordered a Bolt and hit the streets. The masked driver was weaving through an iron maze like a pro. All along the streets, micro-business everywhere, throngs of people enterprising everywhere. Here in Kenya, there is a very high premium on individual industry and personal workforce development. The people are rich in grit and productivity. Day 24. Roadside City. In the midst of this lively and colorful land, where a road stretches out like an outstretched hand, where the scent of mangoes and almonds fill the air, and the mukunga trees' branches sway without a care, nurseries and fruit stands, kiosks and cafes, all beckoning with promise of unique taste, a savory overload that tantalizes the senses as the symphony of colors and sounds intensifies. In one humble cafe, a feast is about to unfold. Each ingredient makes a symphony of flavors to behold. Black tea's rich aroma permeates the air, while the beef sausage sizzles with utmost care. The chapati, soft and warm, ready to be devoured, as 2 eggs sunny side up bring forth kienyeji power. A burst of culture, a surge of delight, each bite transports when served just right. For in this land of vibrant culture and tradition, the art of meal making is a delicate rendition, a skillful process of precision and technique, where even the lowest dish is elevated and rendered unique. I will savor each morsel, each texture, every taste, and honor the art and mastery in every dish that's placed. I will embrace the symphony of senses that abound in this land where beautiful flavors are always found.
Kienyeji chicken. Kienyeji chicken, also known as indigenous chicken, is a popular breed of chicken in Kenya and other African countries. These chickens are typically reared in rural areas and are valued for their hardiness and ability to thrive in harsh environments. Kienyeji chickens are often raised free-range, which means they are allowed to roam around and feed on natural vegetation, insects, and small animals. Unlike commercial breeds, kienyeji chicken meat is leaner, tastier, and more nutritious. It is also known to be a good source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. Kienyeji chicken eggs are also smaller in size but packed with more nutrients than the average commercial egg. Kienyeji chicken is an important part of the local cuisine in Kenya and is often used in traditional dishes like chicken stew, chicken soup, and grilled chicken. The popularity of kienyeji chicken has also led to the growth of small-scale poultry farming in the country, providing a source of income for many rural families. With increasing demand for organic and natural foods, kienyeji chicken is becoming increasingly popular not just in Kenya.
Day 25. She wears me out. Fiery reds and verdant greens, imploding oranges and dreamy grays, gilded yellows and harsh browns, alabaster blues and full phantom blacks. All these and more, these are the colors she wore when she wraps her body from head to toe and sashays hither and yonder, to and fro, to the shops and through the market she go. She wears me out with her prints of every shape, kind, and configuration.
Nyama choma. Nyama choma is a beloved and iconic dish in Kenya that has been enjoyed for generations. The phrase nyama choma literally translates to roasted meat in Swahili, and that's exactly what it is: succulent, flavorful cuts of meat, typically beef or goat, roasted over an open flame until they are charred and crispy on the outside but tender and juicy on the inside. The meat is usually seasoned with a blend of spices and served with a side of ugali, a starchy cornmeal-based dish that serves as the perfect complement to the rich and savory meat. Nyama choma is more than just a meal, it's a social and cultural experience, often enjoyed in groups and accompanied by lively music, dancing, and conversation. Whether you are local or a visitor, nyama choma is a must-try dish that embodies the warmth, hospitality, and vibrant spirit of Kenya.
Day 26. Coastal Time. It is now 11:05 a.m. Eastern African Time. Even that simple designation has a highly distinguished ring to it. I have been in this coastal Eden place for some time now, and I have so enjoyed all of my time here. The feeling of peace and relaxation I experience here is unparalleled. I cannot recall ever being so at peace with myself and with the world around me. And oh, what a world it is! Every day I make new discoveries about myself and about this place that continue to fascinate me. The local coastal people are a fascinating group. They are very laid back and take life in stride, which is a refreshing change from the hustle and bustle of city life. However, I can't help but feel a bit uneasy at times when I hear the shuffling of sandaled feet. It is a sound that unnerves me, and I can't help but think of the history of trauma that has been inflicted on the African people throughout our American saga. Perhaps it's a phantom remnant of post-antebellum slavery trauma, when we understood massa narrowly abided any dragging of the feet. Lord only knows what slavery, colonialism, racism, and capitalism has done to us sons and daughters of Mother Africa. Day 27. What can you do? What can you do to make yourself a living? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you sew? Can you paint? No, you can't. Can you hoe? Bake a pie? Lash an eye? Chop a thigh? Root or die? What can you do to make yourself a living? Can you screw or lay the hammer? Milk the cow? Did I stammer? Can you drive? Can you haul? Kinda small. Can you trawl? Wax the wood, if you could. Can you preach? I beg your pardon. Can you dig? Eat the pig. Can you tote? Can you carry? What to do? It's kinda scary. What can you do to make yourself a living? What skills do you hold in your hand? What talents do you understand? Can you clean and make it shine? Can you cook a dish so divine? Do you sew with skill and grace? Do you paint at the master's pace? Can you cultivate the earth or bake a pie of unparalleled worth? What you gonna do to make yourself a living? What can you offer the world so bright? What gifts do you bring to the light? Can you screw with a hammer? Beg your pardon? Did I stammer? Can you drive and haul with ease? Do you have the knowledge to trawl the seas? Can you wax and polish with care? Do you have the voice to preach and repair? What can you do to make yourself a living? Discover what you do with glee and make a living proudly and free. Embrace your talents. Do not shy. Use them to soar. Reach for the sky. Find your passion. Do what you love. And success will come as gentle as a dove. Day 28. The Invitation. About 2 weeks ago, I got a Facebook friend request from a woman whose face and name I did not know, and with whom I seemingly had only one person in common, my dearly and recently departed friend, Marvin Jasper Jones. My acceptance of the request was progressed by her saying hello and telling me that Marvin visited her church 5 years ago, and they became good friends. Several lines later, she invited me to visit her church in Bungoma County. Google said it is 8 hours from Nairobi by car, 250 African miles. Interestingly enough, my masseur of several days prior is also from Bungoma and shared with me the story of having to leave the childhood home and escape to life in the big city of Nairobi. Coincidence? Well, then she asked if I am a preacher, to which I respectfully responded, I am just a servant. Perhaps I should have answered more directly and just said no. Although I believe a life well lived is perhaps the best sermon of all, I no more practice preaching than I do plumbing. I no more consider myself a preacher than I do a tailor or a doctor. Neither of which is beyond me. It's just not where I live. Yes, I am in the doctoral program at Pacific School of Religion, but I entered this degree program in order to better serve incarcerated folks. It wasn't motivated by any desire to be in anyone's pulpit. In fact, after more than 40 years of church life, I actually stopped going to church about 4 years ago and have only been a few times since to help out as a musician or choral director, and only on an interim basis. And with the year-long pandemic and me coming to Africa and all, I sure enough ain't had no intention of going to nobody's church. Heaven help me. In any case, she persisted in extending the invitation. I know many legit and bona fide preachers who'd relish such an invitation. I even know a few who'd covet it, or be dazzled by it. I feel absolutely daunted, and even a bit haunted by it. After a near sleepless night, I surrendered and said yes to her, and I guess to God as well. I then searched for and secured the most affordable airfare and accommodations possible. I believe if God sends, God lends. Where God guides, God provides. So yes, I paid for my own ticket, Airbnb, and a driver. And I'm also trusting God for me to bear an offering to give. My intention is to pray, study, go, and listen. So, it looks like on July 11th, I will be going to Bungoma County and trusting God to speak. Pray for me. And if you'd like to contribute a gift to the offering, please just use my Cash App at $Ishmel Darnell out.
Bungoma. Bungoma is a town located in the western region of Kenya, specifically in Bungoma County. It is situated approximately 397 kilometers from the capital city, Nairobi, and has a population of around 65,000 people. Bungoma town is known for its vibrant marketplaces, including the Bungoma Open Air Market, where locals and visitors can purchase fresh produce, clothing, and other goods. The town is also home to several educational institutions, including Bungoma High School and Kibabie University. Additionally, Bungoma is a gateway to Mount Elgon National Park, which offers stunning views, hiking trails, and wildlife encounters. Overall, Bungoma is a bustling town with a rich cultural heritage and plenty of attractions to explore.